Before I start, I'm sorry for not uploading for a long time. I was going to try to keep it going, and then I just didn't. So I'd like to thank all 49 of my loyal subscribers for sticking with me. I don't know what I'd do without you. Anyways, let's talk about Sonic. Sonic 2 was a great platformer for its time, and still now. It's not aged with any bad mechanics, the level design holds up, and the music and art style is just beautiful. The level design and mechanics work together really well to make a fun and addictive romp because the fun of the game is just seeing how fast you can beat the levels. That is kind of the selling point. The first time I played through Emerald Hill Zone, I died twice and it took 3 minutes to get through. Now I can blast through in about 40 seconds. And while sometimes going too fast makes it hard to see what's coming at you and you'll get hit, it's not a constant issue as long as you have a good reaction time. But let's just get to the levels. There's actually not a whole lot. There's only 19 acts in the whole game, but they're pretty meaty sized levels with multiple paths to explore. It's a smart move on Sega because it makes the game that much easier to come back to because you're going to be able to find better paths, or certain paths that are just easier to get through and faster. They also do a good job with setting up obstacles. The game isn't brain dead easy, but they don't throw a bunch of bullshit at you can't see coming. We'll get to this later. So that way your platforming charts are put to the test, but it still lets you shoot through the level at 300 miles an hour. Another thing that keeps you coming back is the music. They did a really good job with all the songs. Emerald Hill, Chemical Plant, Casino Night, Mystic Cave, all of them are really catchy and will be stuck in your head after playing. I mean, of course not all of them are winners. Hilltop Zone kinda has that weird twang in the beginning of the song, but overall, they did a good job. Alright, let's just get to why the game actually sucks donkey balls. I know I just complimented the level design, but there are a few why the fucks starting the levels. The water rising and chemical plant zone. Casino Night sometimes just bouncing you everywhere and you have like no control. This pit and mystic cave zone that's just spikes and you can't escape it. These things are just minor annoyances I thought I should address, but the one thing that's a major annoyance is the water levels. Like, I thought water levels in Mario Bros games weren't fun, but this is just a whole new level. So instead of slowly swimming through the level, you're slowly walking through the level with a floaty jump. And I hate this. Like, it's just not enjoyable. The whole point of Sonic is that he could run fast, but you take that away to deal with some obnoxious obstacles like this falling pillar thing, but you also have to make sure you don't run out of breath by getting air bubbles or hopping out of the water. There's only one zone that's a water level, and it isn't horrible, but compared to the rest of the game, it's dog shit. And since we're on the topic of complaining about the level design quirks, I'm just gonna have to take a fat shit all up in Metropolis Zone because it's pretty rough. I mean, I get it, it's close to the end of the game, it's supposed to be hard, but it's hard for all the wrong reasons. Instead of it being hard because the obstacles are placed in a way making it harder than the levels before it, it's annoying because like no other level has this problem in the game, but this one for some reason does, and it goes on for 3 acts, and they're like 4 minutes long, even if you don't die. Winged Fortress Zone was one of the levels after this, and it does a better job of difficulty by, just testing your platforming skills without... Alright, now that I'm done bitching about a 29-year-old game's level, let's bitch about the bosses. The bosses in this game, for the most part, are kind of easy, because you can just ram into them like a caveman until they die, up until Oil Ocean. And even if you can't ram into them, there's usually a way to cheese it. I think all the bosses after Mystic Cave Zone are the best one, because you have to do a lot more than just... Now they have dodge and hit patterns you have to go through, and honestly, I wish this was the case for most of the bosses because I'd be interested to see what they'd come up with. There is a multiplayer for this game, and I did a few minutes of it, and it seems cool with all the power-ups you can collect and stuff. But are you really gonna ask your friends to play Sonic 2 with you? Well, that's really about it. There's a few issues with the game, but overall the experience is great. It should only take you about 2 or 3 hours to get through, and it's just a nice game to pop in when you're bored and don't know what else to do. And if I were to recommend a version, I'd honestly say the phone version. Sure, controller is more comfortable, but all you really do in Sonic is run and jump forward, so it's not overly complicated with a bunch of buttons covering the screen. But besides that, it's in widescreen, has a level select once you beat the game, the menus are really modern and easy to navigate, you can play as Knuckles or Tails, and there's an extra level hidden palace zone. It's cool that they added hidden palace zone because it wasn't in the original Sonic 2, It was cut from the original Sonic 2 and was able to be found by cheat codes, but the developers for the phone version just put it in for fun. And it's really cool that they put so much effort into a free version of Sonic 2. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter which version of Sonic 2 you play, because you still gotta deal with dumbass fucking Metropolis.